Boy, what a February it's turning out to be for Marvel, because it is officially now a couple years since the last Netflix shows were canceled that were based on Marvel. And March 1st is officially when all the licenses expire. Netflix's contract for distribution of Marvel shows that were produced by Disney and ABC is up. And those shows now are showing up as leaving Netflix on March 1st. So
Now, I saw this morning like every other person on the planet. It appears to only be in Europe.
So I looked into this.
Or at least the European regions are getting the message.
Yeah.
When you watch it.
There's been a couple of other international territories saying the same thing. And there is an interesting sort of, how do I put this? Contractual, I guess, point to be made here, because individual area contracts and distributions are, again, per location. Geographically, the US contract does not affect the UK and everything, right? So they're all over the place. How Disney handled distribution of ABC shows to Netflix in Europe and other international territories, like Australia, for example, is different, yet handled by the same people for the United States. So the United States could have some sort of longer run, but in the end, they also will lose it. But we don't know when. It could be on March 1st, and it just hasn't updated on the system, or it could be the month after. We don't know. But in general, the license is set to expire this year. At some point, it will all expire this year. We know that for a fact. So,
I just want to take this moment to say I told literally everybody that they were going to lose these shows.
Yep. I remember us talking about that when they started pulling other shows off of Netflix, and we're like, guys, go look at the original announcement. Produced by Disney and ABC, Netflix is the distributor who had nothing to do with them. Literally nothing other than where you put them. Like, what? I mean, it was literally there in the writing, and I think this does have huge implications on the future of this content, because now, let's say we get to Echo. If they need a flashback to an event from Daredevil, they can use that footage now. Legally, they can. Because they own it. They couldn't do that in Hawkeye because it was still Netflix contractual footage exclusively there. So this brings up all sorts of new possibilities and what they could be doing with all these things and where did they even go, because international territories, they will be on Disney Plus. That's a fact.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
But, United States, we over here are afraid of everything, apparently. So we have to send it to other subsidiary networks and not on Disney Plus for whatever reason. So here, who knows what they do, but probably.
I wouldn't be surprised if Disney Plus gets anyway.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Yeah.
There's a couple of shows I think going on Disney Plus for you lot, and I can't think what they are. But it's more like adult orientated.
There is, yeah. I've noticed that as well. They pop up. And there's some of those Fox movies as well and TV shows where I'm like, well, I wouldn't think that would make it on there, but okay. Like, clearly did. So, yeah, it's.
I say the only thing with this is I'd be surprised if they can just pick up where they left off going forward.
Yeah.
Like, I think the season 4 script they had for Daredevil, I don't think you're going to be able to use that. I reckon there'll still be some contractual thing that's like, hey, this was our thing, you can't use that.
Yeah, and also the people that worked on it and all those teams, like whatever contracts they're bound for and who you would have to get back.
Like, could they get the same people back? No, absolutely.
Oh, totally.
To be honest. Not that I know when they do it, but I'd be very surprised if they're not like, hey, yeah, we're going to rejigger season 4 and go on from there. Because obviously you can't just straight up do the season 4 they had, because a lot of stuff's changed now that they're actually part of everything, but you can still use and reference what came before.
Exactly. And again, you don't have to worry about legality or mentioning or having to, dance around the footage. And it's like, no, it's just, here it is. We can openly mention all of it now. So that's kind of the advantage in there, like I like the possibilities now, and I suppose we'll find out more soon because it's going to be one of those things where by the end of this year, when Echo's in production, we're starting to hear things, and we're probably going to be like, wait a minute, it's the guy that's playing Bullseye back. Oh, look, he's on set. Well, okay, I guess we're going to pick up that plot thread now. It's kind of going to be that type of moment. It's like, well, there we go. So
I really hope they don't turn Echo into Book of Boba Fett. It's like, hey, he's Daredevil.
Echo just sits there. She's like, I need to put together a crew. And then it's just the rest of Daredevil. And then the last episode, she's just like, okay, now I'm involved in an action sequence for an hour.
Let me sit this episode out. No, it's cool.
Oh, yeah. It's probably going to be part that. Let's be real. But
yeah, I'm expecting it.
But Marvel Studios will handle it way better. Like, because.
Yeah. I got more faith in that.
I just hope Echo, when there's like, I don't know, Bullseye coming down the street throwing things at her, that she does a cool spin move and throws something at him. Just spin move in slow-mo. I
laugh, but I hate how that's like the thing everyone's talking about.
I love one of my friends text messages me after watching the series. He was like, so, isn't Robert Rodriguez one of your favorite directors of all time? I replied with a question mark, and I'm going to block you if you continue this conversation. He hasn't replied.
It's like, that scene is bad when Ed Boon is making fun of it.
Oh, man, what a... Whoa.
It's just like, out of everything, it's like, why is people picking up on... have we forgotten what Palpatine done? No.
Yeah.
At least this guy in Book of Boba Fett was like, there's a shot hitting the wall behind him after he starts spinning. Like, what was Palpatine doing?
Mm-hmm.
Doing flips and stuff.
Yeah. All sorts.
It's just so weird. It's a weird like discourse going on around it.
It is. Well, you know what? We're going to find out the future of whatever Marvel Studios is planning with all these things soon, and if there's going to be useless flips and things happening for no reason and like new Marvel content, we'll be back to talk about it sooner rather than later. So when these shows officially drop and where they go, when we get official updates, we'll talk more about it. So stay tuned, everybody, because this will be one of those stories that continues to just, kind of develop as we go and as more and more things return to Marvel. And
watch it take 2 years.
Yeah.
For the show to go on Disney Plus. It's just like, okay, everything's
there's a buffer period. Yep.
Yeah.